Hello ladies, it's Diana Baucus, and I'm here today just to kind of refresh your memory. Tomorrow starts the sign up for the Oohlala Vintage Treasures 2017 Vintage Sewing Event. And if any of you like that subject and want to join in, tomorrow's the time to sign up. That would be the 2nd through the 9th at 12 o'clock noon. So what I'm going to do is ask everybody, please sign up through Messenger. I won't take any names unless they come through Messenger. And as soon as those 6 names come in, I will do another video and cut that time off and announce who the people are in the sewing event. So that's about it for that. And I would like you please also to send me your when I announce the event, if you would please send me your address and phone number. Now, phone number's optional. You don't have to add that if you don't want to, and you just want to put the address, that's fine. But the phone number would be nice if something happened during the event or something, you know, we could contact you. But I can contact you in Messenger too. So, you know, just forget that. Just put your address. I can contact you in Messenger. So, remember that everything you receive, when you replace it, has to be of equal value. When you send the stuff to each person, when you're done unwrapping and picking out what you want and you're sending on to the next person, please make sure everything is in its place and wrapped back up as close to the way it was as you can get. Everybody wants to see their stuff pretty when they get it. They don't want to see a bunch of unwrapped stuff just thrown in a box. So please try to remember that, to make sure to rewrap the things as nicely as you can that you're sending back, along with anything that you are sending, and make sure it's done nicely. There was a lot of stuff that came loose last time and ended up in the bottom of the box. And people didn't know what it was, so they just went ahead and took it and, said that they were going to take it. Well, you can't do that. You can't do it that way. So please make sure everything is in a package. All right. What I'm going to do something different this time, just to get people maybe a little enthused and to give them an idea of what vintage sewing kind of looks like. Now, I explained to you before that it's not an antique. You don't have to send antique sewing stuff. That's not what this is. All it is to make your things that suggest a sewing theme, and like I say, we like vintage shabby chic. So make them look shabby chic and make them look as vintage as you can make them. There's different ways of making things look vintage. The lace, anything can make a difference on how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the 10 items I'm going to be sending. Now, my items are not wrapped up. They're not wrapped yet, and I thought I would at least leave that element a surprise for the first person that gets the box. But I did want to get people, let's say, pumped a little bit, and then also show them kind of what a vintage sewing item might look like if you made it with new stuff. Okay? All right, so this is the Oohlala Vintage Treasures sign-up book, the journal. This comes with every Oohlala event. Not this particular one. There's always a different one. But so if you would please sign this and date it, that would be great. Each one of you will have a page inside that's decorated. And also, well, I showed it the last one. I guess I can show this one. Here's the beginning. I don't have this camera set right. There's the beginning. First page. Your name will be up here. Here's a journaling card that you can fill out. You can write around all this paper. And then there's a page in the back that you can, write on. And then in the back, there are a ton of empty pieces of paper that you are more than welcome to use and decorate to your heart's content. But please put your name up there so we know it's yours. Okay? So I'll just briefly go through here because I showed it before. Like, see, each one has a journaling tag. And each one has a pocket. And that's the last page. There's 7 decorated pages. I made one for myself. But don't worry about it. But you just pick out the one you want. Don't worry about me. I'll take whatever's left. Okay, so let's put this aside. And this is my first prize. My lighting is horrid. Put it back a little bit. So these are just 2 boxes. There's nothing in the boxes. I did not put, any goodies in the boxes because I, went a little overboard with this as it was. So all around the big box is decorated with antique sewing theme. There's a vintage lady. There's a corset, an old corset. Okay. And then on the top, I decorated with a doily, a flower, and a scissors. Then there are some, you aren't going to see everyone because, see, it's tied up with a ribbon. So I'll just kind of show you a little bit how that top one is decorated. Okay, we're back around to the front. Now, well, let me see. I should at least take this off so you can see. This is the bottom box, all decorated. There. And here is, put this back a little bit. Here's the top box. Now I have, this is a wedding applique here. It's a tan. And here's some flowers that I put along the bottom. A pretty stick pin. And a charm sewing machine. And this kind of very antique-y looking lace. Maybe I can show you better now what's on it. And see the paper, I don't know if you can see the paper there, it looks like antique lace. I hope I'm not making you seasick. I feel like I'm getting seasick. Anyways, that's that, ladies. That's the first item, and this is the biggest, but it is very light, and it is within, I believe, the 5 to 7 inches. Might be just a little bigger, but not much. So this I'm going to send just like this, and it ties up like this, and you just tie the bow at the top. Whoop. And there you go. I'll fix that up a little bit. Okay, that's number 1. Sorry, number 2 are some flowers that I made. Now this is a blue flower, and can you see the little sprigs of crystals in there. Those are blue crystals. And then some eyelash lace, middle. And then there's also, pinched in here, some cheesecloth. It's a very airy, pretty flower. I don't make very many things blue. I'm a pink gal, but I do like that. So, and here's a big fat flower. It's got all kinds of tidbits made this flower. So that's the flower. Has another flower right in the middle, a white like chiffon, and some eyelash trim, some netting. It's very thick because it's got all kinds of stuff in it. So, but that's that. And here's another one. This is one of my favorite flowers. All these are my favorites, so I'm giving away ones that I really like. Okay, this is just a gathered piece of lace, some very pretty fabric, just another piece of doily, maybe a couple pieces of doily underneath there, another gathered lace, and one of those acrylic flowers in the middle. So that's that flower. Okay. Here's a pink one. This is made, well, it's made out of, it's a real thin, like almost a batiste kind of material. And there's some lace gathered, some more lace, pink lace gathered, a couple little doilies in the middle, and a pearl. So, and these are all finished off in the back, by the way, by some not flannel. I can't think of the name right now. Okay. And there's 5 of them here. This is also one of my favorites. This is a real pretty print. It's got 2 laces of 2 rows of laces. And then it has a pretty covered button in the middle that matches the flower. And that's that one. It's very pretty. And it's quite large. I think it's about 4 inches maybe across. Maybe bigger, I don't know. This gives you a little idea of the fabric. It's very pretty fabric. Okay. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. Those all stay in one bundle. If you want the flowers, you just take the flowers. You don't like say, oh, I like this blue one and I like this one and I think I'll put the rest back. No, you take them all, please. Okay? And I'm not trying to be bossy, and I'm really sorry if I'm coming across that way, but I just really want this sewing event to go nice and people to understand the whole reason, you know, behind all this. So, anyway, there's my 5 flowers. Okay. Number 3. This is, I hope you can see it. This is a small wreath, and I've decorated it. This is a toile polka dotted bow, and with a flower in the middle of it. And then on each side are 2 appliques. This is an applique. Oh no, this is a pink flower that I crocheted, and then I put a middle in it. So that is a crochet flower that I made. Okay, here's the other applique up here. See? Yeah, there's another applique. There's 1, 2, 3 little flower centers that you can use for flower centers. There he is right up here at the top. See? Then there's 2 buttons. These were made with the die I have. And these are 2 spools, and these are wrapped with 2 different kinds of trim, and there is a half a yard on each one. Then you have a little butterfly that I made here. You can see him. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Oh, and I put a little thing on the back that you can hang it with. But here's as good a close-up as I can get. Okay. Anyways, it's just a small wreath. I'd say maybe 5 inches, 6 inches. Okay. All right. I'm losing track of what number that was. I think that was number 3. Okay, number 4. This is also a die. This is from the French General. That's the name of the company. And they have some of the coolest dies. They don't come out with a ton of them like Siskiyou does, but I really like their dies. And what this is, actually, is a French fan. That's what it's called, I believe, a French fan. These are the papers that I used. There's 1 paper, 2 papers, 3 papers, 4 papers that I used to cover that. Then, the first section of fan is decorated with 3 pink buttons, and this is a thread winder. This also is a French General die that I have. And you can see I've used baker's twine, and see how I've wrapped it around there? And then I also have a little piece of lace and a little button. That's the first section of the fan. Second section is, I have a doily. I have some bling, pink bling across the top. I have a doily in the center and some trim on the bottom. And that's the second piece of the fan. The third piece of the fan, I have 3 little pink bows up there, and they all have a little green damani in the middle of them. Let's see. Then I have another thread winder. They're all different shapes. And I have some crochet thread wound on that. Okay. And that's pretty much all that's on there. Oh, and it also comes with this little strip that cuts out separate, and you can change your pattern. So this pattern in here is different than this pattern. You see what I mean? This one is you can't see it very well, but it's like a pink check. There, you can see it. Then the last one, again, more buttons, because this is a sewing theme. So I have more buttons. And then these are old buttons too, by the way. And a big piece of, well, it's not a big piece of bling, but a nice sized piece of bling. And then some wrap that I just, some lace, I mean, that I just put on there. And this is your last one. So this is your, well, your French General fan. And it's all tied together with ribbons. I have them. See? Now it's tied together. Okay, that's number 4. I do not want to lose track of what I'm doing here. 4. Number 5 is a little spool that I did. I've actually done this quite a while ago, but I decided to let go of it. It's tall. I'd say it's a good 5 inches tall, maybe 6. On the middle, I've put some sewing paper or some paper that's like sewing tapes I love that paper, and now I can't find any more of it. And here's the scissors on it. And down here are some roses, some rose buds, a little flower, and a small little spool. On the top I have a ribbon tied with some pink lace. I have a sewing machine. This is a clear button that I put paper behind to kind of support the sewing machine. And then you have buttons. This is actually a charm. Buttons. Rose. Big rose bud. Big rose bud. Let's see how I'm going here. A little spool. And some stamen. But that's the front. That's the top of the spool. So that's gift number 5. A couple of these I started to wrap, so now I'm going to have to just kind of unwrap them. Come on. Okay. Hold on just 1 second, please. I lost, oops. Well, things are crashing down on me here, folks. Okay, this is my idea. Let me put them back together here. I don't know if you've all heard of sewing birds. You wouldn't have heard about them now because they're antiques. And this does not really look like one of them, but it's my version. Sewing birds were actually made out of like iron, and they clamped onto your sewing machine. They usually had a place for your scissors and a place for a pincushion. If you look up on eBay or one of those places, you'd see what it is. But this is my version. Oh, I wish this light was better. Anyway, he's painted light blue. I should have painted his feet yellow, but I didn't. But he has a little yellow beak. He has pearl eyes. He has a ribbon and an applique, a blue applique on his wing. I have a white safety pin here, and it has a little sewing machine. Let me see if I can get up close enough. See a little sewing machine. It has a little scissors, and then it has a little diamante charm. I don't know if I can show that. Oh yeah, there it is. And that's tied onto his bow. But then on the top, I have a spool. He actually has a little hole. That was in there, and I'm not sure why, but I thought, well, that's a perfect place to put my stick pin. Now, this is on fairly loose. Once you set it up on a shelf or something, it will be fine. But it might come loose. In fact, I'm worried that it will, but I'm going to wrap it so it all stays together. But this spool goes with this sewing bird. Isn't he cute? Okay. I believe that's number 6. No, it must not be. That must be number 5. No, it would be. Oh, I'm not sure now. I think I've lost track, guys. I'll have to count at the end. Okay, here's another little. It's a spool. It's got some pink checked paper. It's got a big rose on top with a doily. This is a custom-made tatted piece that I got from Linda Price. She does beautiful work. But that's what this is, and I put that on there underneath it. Now, you can take this stuff off if you want to use it for something else, but anyways, and then I have a lot of little pretty buttons that I've put all over on here. Let's see. Okay. It's the other side. Okay. This is the bottom. Okay, now, what this is a snippet roll. And I have here like a little kilt pin, and it's got places to hang things. So I hung a little heart, a little scissors, and a little sewing machine. Now, how cute are those? So then, in order to see the snippet roll, you have to take the kilt pin off. Oh, I'm holding on to the... Okay, then this is the back of the snippet roll. It's quite long. I'd say it might be 18 inches. I'm not sure. This is going to be hard to show. I'll do the best I can, but this is, well, everything's crashing down. Oh, here's the very end, and then it goes on. The edge on the outside is just raw edge where I tore it, and that's that. So on this side is the beginning of the snippet roll. Here is, I might have to come really close to show this. Here's a little heart. And it's trimmed with 3 different kinds of trim. It has a little center, and that's that. Oh, on the end it's got this little applique thing that I cut from another piece of trim. Okay, here is a piece of a doily that I cut. It was almost like a teardrop shape. I put an applique that had 3 flowers on it, and then I put little flowers on top of that. And then here's a piece of another applique. So that's that part. And some little buttons there that you can see. Okay. Here's another section. And it also has some pieces that I've cut off from, they look like little fans, but I cut them off a piece of trim. A little pink flower, some little pink, and some trim on the top and bottom of the snippet roll. Okay. This here, wait a minute. That there is a little piece of eyelet. It's got a piece of silver, oh, you know what I'm talking about, oh, I don't know, metal piece. It's a metal piece, that's what I'm trying to say. And then some rosebuds inside of there, like almost like a little tussy-mussy type thing, but it's not, it's just... And then, coming down towards the end, I've got a shoe. I love that little shoe. It's adorable. And I got some pieces, all kinds of pieces. I got this, and I got this, and I got this as a seam binding bow with a little flower in the middle. Okay, and some bling. That's a piece of doily up there at the top and some bling. All right, and then moving closer to the end, well, to the end, I have a little blue heart down at the bottom with a little flower. I have a picture of a little, well, she's kind of a young girl, and with some rosebuds and rose applique, a really pretty antique-y mauve kind of a. And then at the end, that piece is like a jade color, and then I've got the little green flower in the middle of it, and a little pink button. So again, here we go. My arm won't go that far. Okay, that's the snippet roll that you will be getting. Somebody will be getting. Okay. Then, it's another one that I already have wrapped. I started to, and then I thought, why do this? Because, okay. This is a little, this also is a die that I have. And it's this is by French General too. And it's a sewing, or a pin book. And I have this really pretty rose paper on it. In the back also has, well, has that paper. Oh no, this is, I'm sorry you guys, I'm messing up here. This is the front, and up here is this paper flower. This is a paper flower that I made, and it's got in the flower is also a die, and it has a piece in the back. It has two lacy pieces that go on it, and then this center. It's really a cute flower, and you can mess it up if you want to. And then I have, and then that's all on there. And the back, this is the back with the, just put that over there to cover where I'm tying it at. Okay? So the inside, I'm not sure I even really did this right. I would do it different next time, but here's the first page with these pretty stick pins in there. Okay. Next page is another one of my crocheted flowers, and I put a little diamond piece in the middle of it. Oh gosh, guys, I'm sorry. There. Okay, this is just pins on this side. And then on the next page is a scissors with a pink safety pin hanging. On this side is, oh my gosh, some snaps, and then antique sewing machine. Okay, this is the other side, but this is, there's a little sewing machine. This is a thread, a threader, needle threader. Okay, and then the last page, I have three more pins. So the middle part here is sewn. No, it's not sewn. It's glued. I'm sorry. It's got some little pink polka dotted ribbon on it. Okay, and then you just tie it back up. Okay. All right. Then, my next little gift, this goes. Oh my gosh. Okay, this here, I made this kind of on a fluke. I have this die. This little envelope is actually a die. And I used some Velcro to Velcro it down. But I got these all done, these little envelopes. And they have a stamp on the back of them. This one is ribbons. Ribbons. This one is buttons. And front. This one is odds and ends, it says on it. Odds and ends. Okay, and then the last one is beads. Okay, then what this is the bottom to one of those Matchbox covers that you pull out, and they're filled with kitchen matches was what we used to call them. But anyway, this darn threads from that glue machine, I'm telling you. Anyways, I put this trim, it's like lace or measuring tape all the way around it. This here is a mistake, and I'm going to admit it. I ran out of this at the very last, and I had to put that on there. But I thought, well, maybe people think I did it on purpose, but, I can't lie. Anyways, I covered this in pretty papers inside. Used this braid to trim out the side, and made this work perfect for these little envelopes, and I just thought it was cute. And, oh, by the way, these are filled. This one's got ribbon in it. I'm not going to take the stuff out of it. Leave some things for surprise. But, yeah, and there's beads in this one, buttons in one, and odds and ends. I'm not sure what's in that odds and ends one. Oh, okay. And that's that. A little box. Okay, this one I wrapped, and I hope I can get it unwrapped. Pulled that pretty tight. Have some patience, people. Okay. Now this sign up, don't forget, starts tomorrow, not today. I will not take any names today. It has to be tomorrow. But I think you'll find that this is a fun, anyways, I got this in here. And this I bought at, it was just plain wood that I bought at Michael's, sorry. And I just dolled it up with a mannequin, some pins. This is a real pretty, it says memories on it. A little spool with the stick pin. I decorated up the mannequin a little bit. Not a lot, but. And that's that. And I put, those sheets of bling you can get? They come in sheets. That's what I used, and I covered the whole base in bling. And even around the side, see? Yeah. And this is the back. It's all painted, and just not anything on there. But you could put something on the back if you wanted to. Anyways, that's my little easel, sewing easel. So that's that. So that, oh, I know. It's kind of nice, people. It's an option. But I put in 10, or no, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 12. Everybody is welcome to take 2 of these, just 2, and pass them on to the others. There's 6 people, and there's 12 flowers here. So, and these, I made these are my crocheted flowers, and I made them into like little ephemera, or whatever you call that, little decorations you can use where you want. And see, this was a doily on the back of that one. And I finished them off in the back with a little, but there's that. Then I got this one. This is the stuff I was telling you on that. I just cut it, and so it looks like a bling. And it's got a pretty bling center. It's pink. Oh, this one's got that one's got that on the back of it. Okay, whoop. Here's another one. Okay, another. 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 And this one goes this way. Another. This is not real white, ladies. This is like a cream color. Okay, this one. Here's a blue one, the little blue center. Let's see. And then another one of these. So again, these are all, I hand crocheted these. Everybody's welcome to take 2 and pass them on to the others. They will be wrapped. So that's that, lady. That's my 10 items, and that's what the first box that goes out, and that's what I send out. That's what will be in it. It'll go to the first person, sign, or not. Well, you know, I think I will take it in as they come in. I'll just take the names as they come in. So the first person that comes in will get their pick out of all this stuff. You'll be allowed to take actually 6 if you want, but that's up to you. And then you put your 6 in, and there'll be 10 items in the box again, and then you just send that on to the next person. But I want to emphasize one more time, ladies, please keep the box neat, orderly, and wrapped in a way that you would want to see a package wrapped. And also, like I say, as soon as the 6 names come in, I will cut it off, and that will be the end of the sign up, and I will announce that. So, thank you, ladies. If I have anything else to add, I'll have to do it in my next video, but I'll have to do another video and just announce it. But that's it for now. So starting tomorrow, sign up. I know 6 people aren't very much, but I will tell you that it's so much easier when you keep the numbers down. And then as soon as that's over with, you can start another group. It just works out so much nicer. And again, people, keep things no bigger than 5 by 7 and small and light. That's why I did these littler things, is to show you. But you can make some really cute things, you know, that people would love to have. So just get your imagination going. Get on Pinterest if you have to, whatever you got to do. But Get your imagination going, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.